Hi guys, so welcome back. We are going to do begin lesson 3 and go over pack 1 this week. Hopefully you guys got my emails and previous video. Make sure that you guys go back, and if you're missing any quizzes, several of you are, go back and submit those, please. It'll just help your grade point average, and I mean, I'm giving you this opportunity to go back and do them, right? So not every instructor is going to do that. So with that said, it's on you, right? But yeah, if you can get those in this week. So we're starting off with lesson 3 this week and talking about how art is made. And so basically we're going to be going over different media, different material. And so talking about different techniques and going over painting, drawing, sculpture. And so the first pack we'll just do drawing and painting. And so as we go over this section, lesson 3, just kind of start thinking about that idea of material, and is material important? Does it matter what material an artist uses to do their work, and does it tie into their content, right? And just thinking about why an artist would select a certain type of media as well. These different medias do have different characteristics, and so that becomes important to the artist, right? So just kind of keep those things in mind, right? So this week you guys are going to do your reading for drawing. And you guys have used this setup already. We were already set up for online. So that's the good thing, that you guys have already utilized this format. So it's nothing new for you guys. The only thing that I am adding on there, like I said in previous video, is that I'm adding these videos right here, right? And so it's a recorded lecture. So it's just basically this, me talking about the stuff like if I was in class, right? It's optional. So if you don't want to listen to me talk, I know I could get pretty boring sometimes. Sometimes I'm funny though, but whatever. You can just do the PDF if you want to, and that's totally okay. But I'm just going to put those videos out there if you just kind of want to have that interaction with me and just feel me, right? So I miss you guys, and I wish I had you guys there to talk to me, and all of you just, we have a good time. This class is great. So, but this is how it's going to work from here on. But yeah, anyway, so those are there if you want to utilize that. Then you have a couple of videos that you can go through, and this elements of art is going to help you with this second drawing that you're going to do. So this assignment right here is a non-representational self-portrait, right? And so this is not your self-portrait, the one that you're doing for the end of the semester, and I will talk about that later on. I'll send you guys a video on the self-portrait. But this is just kind of a great practice in thinking about line and how you use line, right? And so the different kind of characteristics that a line can set. And so there's a couple of different self-portraits here that you could look at, right? And then there is an exercise that I want you guys to do. And so as you're thinking about these self-portraits, and like you could even start thinking about that final self-portrait, right, and how you're going to represent yourself, right? But if you were thinking about how different lines mean different things, right, and how they can be expressive, right? And so if you were to approach a non-representational self-portrait, remember, okay, so non-representational means it doesn't look like anything, right? And so it doesn't represent anything, but it's more about the feeling. So if you think about line and how it feels, right, this is what you would be doing, right? And so I wish we were in class for this, because it would be really fun to see some of your drawings, but well, I'll just have to wait. So in part 1, all you're going to do is look at these different words here, like sad, angry, bored, sexy, tired, and then you're going to try to draw a single line for each of the following words, right? So on your piece of paper, you're going to write the word sad, and then think about how that line would look, right? And so what is a sad line, right? And so don't think about those preconceived ideas where you draw like a 2 points and a happy face, and that's happy, and then 2 points and then sad. No, like think about the actual line and what a sad line looks like, right? So you guys have to really get deep in there and feel it, right? Then angry, right? So think about this line and what does angry look like, right? And so kind of put yourself in that kind of quiet space and think about the feeling of these words, right? Remember, feelings, don't draw it out like this preconceived idea, because this is an exercise to get you to feel the line. And then from there, you'll go on to the second part, right? So once you have those drawings of those different lines, right? So you'll have like your different lines board, right? Then you're going to pick I think it's 3. You're going to pick 3 words that really kind of emphasize how you feel, what you're thinking about, right? And so you're going to use this link right here, which is called drawisland.com. And then you're just going to set these instructions right here. So you're going to, the settings will be this right here. Get your pencil tool to 2 pixels, and it's super easy. Like, it's nothing difficult. Like, you're just going to go in there, set it, and then you're going to draw. Now, if you don't want to use this and you just want to do it on a piece of paper, that's cool. I'm okay with that. Just submit, send me a picture. So you send pictures of the actual piece. So here, you don't have to download anything. You just open it, draw it, and it's there, right? And so and then if you just kind of follow these things right here, so you're going to use words you feel the most, right? So at this time, like, what do you feel the words? And then so maybe it's bored, maybe it's anxious, maybe you're feeling anxious, right? And so think about the words, and then you're going to start drawing, right? And then once you finish your drawing, and remember, you're doing a non-representational self-portrait, so you're trying to create a self-portrait that represents you, but with these different words, right? So there's different, like, maybe you're drawing yourself as anxious, funny, and confused, right? And stay away from anything that actually looks like something. Just feel the line, and just you're just doing lines, right? You're trying to avoid that temptation of trying to draw a face. Like, don't do that. Like, just, right? And so if you go back to the example on the very top, if I can scroll back up, right? This is an example here of a non-representational self-portrait, right? And so just looking at that, you would guess like what the feeling behind that is, right? And so again, stay away from trying to draw the face. You're just doing lines, non-representational. Okay, and then if you decide to do this example, then you are going to save your drawing, and on that drawisland.com, it'll give you an option to save, a save button, and then you rename the image, and then you're going to submit that, right? And yeah, again, you don't have to use that. You can just take a picture of it and send it to me, and that'll totally work. Okay, let me see. And then so Robert Rauschenberg, we were talking about the eraser in the drawing lecture, right? And I said that we would talk a little bit more. So go through this video here and watch Rauschenberg kind of talk about the work, right? And then if you think about this piece right here and the idea of actually erasing the drawing of or the painting of William de Kooning, the idea here was more about conceptual art, right? And so if you think about the action of erasing, that was where the art was, right? And so by erasing that piece, right, it takes him almost 3 months to erase that piece. Crazy. And I know you're thinking, like, what's the point? But that's kind of actually what's so cool about this piece is if you think about, like, an artist that, maybe a dancer, for example, right, goes out there and he choreographs this dance, and then he goes up there on the stage and he dances this piece, right, and he gets lost in that moment. Well, that's kind of exactly the same thing he was doing here. He's drawing he's erasing, and kind of that performance almost, right? The act of erasing was the piece, right? And so one of the cool things is that he kind of redefines art as well, because he makes people question, like, so what is art and what can art be, right? And so going back to, like, the Dada, Marcel Duchamp with the urinal, right? A lot of you said it's not a fountain, it's just a urinal, but he actually was really genius. He changed that urinal and changed it into something else, right? And so here he's taking William de Kooning's painting and changing it into something else. So it's no longer a William de Kooning, it's a Rauschenberg, right? I mean, that's genius. But I get it if you still are strongly not agreeing with me. That's okay. But anyways, go ahead and look at that video, and then you have the painting reading material, and then again you have another link here, and it'll say painting lecture recorded, so you see me talking about the lecture, right, and going along with it just like I was in class. And if you decide you don't want to listen to me talk and you just want to go through the lecture yourself, that's totally fine. There's a couple examples of Edgar Degas' work and a little recording on there. This is really cool. The Sistine Chapel, you can actually go into get a closer look of that. And so if you care to go through that, that's there as well. Some additional Diego Rivera information. And then the quiz, right? And so this quiz 5 goes over drawing and painting lecture, right? And so once you've gone through those lectures, you can go ahead and attempt the quiz, and there's 2 attempts for that quiz, right? And so that's it. That's all that we're going to do for this week. If you decide that you want to jump into you've done pack 1 and you want to jump into pack 2, by all means, it's fine. I haven't put all the recordings on there, so just wanted to let you know that. But for the most part, you guys can jump ahead and get some work done. Just don't finish the whole course in the next 2 weeks, because I still have to have you guys show up and do your attendance. So speaking of attendance, I am going to set up a your attendance up here, and you'll have to do a check-in at least every week. And so I'll send you guys a thing where you guys will actually click on the attendance and sign in for the week, and I'll send that to you guys in separate instructions. So if you guys have any questions about this week, make sure that you guys email me, and I'll be here to help you out with anything. So welcome back, and we're gonna get through this and guys are going to finish off the course.